A balanced budget is always a good thing. WehoTV News is next. Welcome to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. City of West Hollywood City Council has adopted the City of West Hollywood operating budget and capital work plan for fiscal year 2014-2015.
Delighted to see this budget has money set aside for housing, for the continuation of our social services, for the bike share study that we're going to do, for additional dollars for the arts and maintaining all of our wonderful services.
There have already been some comments about some of the enhancements, arts, social services, affordable housing, but there's also some significant enhancements to our capital budget. So in the upcoming years, we'll be making improvements to some of the playground equipment that we have, improving its safety, $930,000 for street paving in the next 2 years, sewer maintenance, $750,000 in sewer maintenance. So it isn't that we are ignoring our infrastructure as we move forward with this budget.
West Hollywood has received state and national awards of excellence for our budgets.
So why does the city adopt a budget? Partially due to law, although there is no direct requirement to adopt a budget. The state constitution contains a restriction on requiring the cities to balance liabilities and revenues annually, which effectively requires cities to adopt a balanced budget. But the main reason we do it is good fiscal practices. The city generally follows guidelines established by the Government Finance Officers Association, a national organization charged with developing and promoting the best practices in government finance.
You can find a copy of the City of West Hollywood operating budget and capital work plan at weho.com/budget, and you can email questions and comments to budget@weho.org. City of West Hollywood once again hosted the annual Rainbow Key Awards. The Rainbow Key Awards are to recognize those who have made significant contributions to the lesbian and gay communities.
Talks about who we are for each other here in West Hollywood and here in the city of Los Angeles as LGBT people, knowing that the small and large contributions we make here make a big difference to our friends in the community, but also they change the world in which we live in. And there's not very many things that do that. That sort of simultaneous action in such a specific way. And for me, that's what I love most about these awards. They're really about heartfelt action that makes a big difference in people's lives.
This year's awardees are the National Council of Jewish Women, Noel Carter and Valerie A. Moore, the Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles, filmmaker Kim Rocco Shields, and the plaintiffs in the Prop 8 case, Chris Perry, Sandy Steyer, Jeff Zarillo, and Paul Katami.
Sort of like a relay race, I like to say, and the baton gets handed off to the next person, and then we hand it off to the next person. Everybody plays a part in what we do to create that change that has moved us forward so quickly in the last year, and we've seen so much progress in the last year that we should all be proud of what we've done in every little way that we've done it.
To learn more about the Rainbow Key Awards, you can visit weho.org or contact West Hollywood Administrative Specialist Jeff Book. Jeff can be reached at 323-848-6471. At a recent City Council meeting, the City of West Hollywood presented a proclamation to Dr. Jay Johnson of the Transgender Advisory Board, Robert Gamboa of the Lesbian and Gay Advisory Board, and members of the city's African American Heritage Committee in recognition of the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
I confirmed with Councilwoman Land that all of us are about the age of 50, so we have all lived in the era of the Civil Rights Act, yet we all know there is much work to do, and clearly one of the remarkable things of this city is that we continue to do that work as much as possible every day. So we shall not forget the thousands of Americans of all races and backgrounds that came together to make our nation a more perfect union. Those efforts culminated in the enactment of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Phase 2 of the West Hollywood Park Master Plan is moving right along, and we'll tell you more about it when WehoTV News returns right after this short break. We'll be right back.
InfoMap is an online interactive map that allows residents to find information about construction and permitting projects that are planned or underway across the city. The InfoMap allows users to click on a project, read what is being proposed, find the status of the project, and even send an email with the comments directly to the project planner. Details also include whether a project is under review, approved, or permitted and under construction, and the maps are updated monthly. To visit InfoMap, visit weho.org/infomap.
California's vital water. The reality is that drought and climate change have already left us with a glass that is half empty. And our state's fragile water storage and delivery systems are barely holding their own. Anything that upsets this precarious balance will carry serious consequences. For the people of California and for our economy and environment, learn more at calwatercrisis.org, because we can't take water for granted.
How to get around in West Hollywood? Google it. West Hollywood's City Line routes are now included in Google Maps. City Line, West Hollywood's free shuttle service, is a great way to get around town without having to take the big buses. Click over to Google Maps and you can now find City Line transit stops, routes, and schedule information. You can also calculate estimated travel time, walking time, and view additional choices of transportation. City Line and Google Maps. Get out there and get around.
Welcome back to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. The Design Steering Committee for Phase 2 of the West Hollywood Park Master Plan met again recently. Phase 2 includes more open park space, a new recreation and community center, new playground areas, and a new aquatic facility, and more.
Start getting into the actual design of a project, you start to realize that there are a lot more constraints than you had originally perceived. We're going to go through the program requirements as was understood based on the original master plan. Then we're going to review the building as it now stands. You're going to see a lot of changes from the last time based on your input, based on the site constraints. And then we're going to also look at the park review in the same manner. And then we're going to open that up to discussion.
For Design Steering Committee meeting times or more information about the West Hollywood Park Master Plan, you can visit weho.org or contact West Hollywood Strategic Initiatives Manager Jeffrey Huffer. Jeffrey can be reached at 323-848-6846. The City of West Hollywood would like to hear your ideas on how to develop 3 new public spaces in the West Hollywood Design District. The city's Long Range and Mobility Planning Division will host a series of workshops to decide the future of 3 public spaces located at Melrose and Norwich, Beverly and Bonner, and Robertson just north of Melrose. The public spaces are identified in the West Hollywood Design District's Streetscape Master Plan adopted by the West Hollywood City Council last summer. The next workshop will be on Saturday, July 26th from 10 a.m. to noon in the West Hollywood Library Community Meeting Room. So for more information about the West Hollywood Design District Streetscape Master Plan, you can visit weho.org/Design District Plan. That's all mushed together, Design District Plan. Or contact West Hollywood Assistant Planner Georgia Sheridan. Georgia can be reached at 323-848-6357. City of West Hollywood is gathering nominations now for its 16th Annual Disability Service Awards that will take place in October as part of the city's recognition of Disability Awareness Month. For 15 years, West Hollywood has presented Disability Service Awards to individuals, businesses, media, and nonprofit organizations that deserve special recognition for work with people living with disabilities, including accessibility issues, attention to Americans with Disabilities Act requirements, and advocacy. The deadline for nominations is 5 p.m. on Friday, August 15th. You can find nomination forms and more information about the West Hollywood Disability Service Awards at weho.org/Disability Service Awards. And the City of West Hollywood is pleased to announce the launch of its new Poet Laureate program. The West Hollywood Poet Laureate will serve as an official ambassador of West Hollywood's vibrant literary culture and is going to help to create a new body of literary work that commemorates the diversity and vibrancy of the city. Nominations for West Hollywood Poet Laureate will be accepted until 5 p.m. on Monday, July 7th, so you better hurry. For additional information, you can visit weho.org/arts or contact West Hollywood Economic Development and Cultural Coordinator Michael Che. Michael can be reached at 323-848-6377. And keep that number handy because the 2014 Summer Sounds Concert Performance Series is in full swing, and you don't want to miss a beat of that. The free concert series takes place outdoors throughout the summer at West Hollywood Park, Kings Road Park, and Plummer Park. Bring a picnic basket, bring a blanket, kick back, enjoy the show. The next Summer Sounds concert series presents jazz great Judy Wexler, who has headlined at jazz festivals and major jazz clubs around the world. That show is on Sunday, July 13th, starting at 4 p.m. at Plummer Park. So for more information about that Summer Sounds concert series and a full rundown on all the shows, you can visit weho.org/arts or contact West Hollywood Economic Development and Cultural Coordinator, your friend Michael Che. Now here's Michael's number once again, 323-848-6377. Well, that's it for this edition of WehoTV News. For more information about the stories you've seen here, you can always go to our award-winning website, weho.org. And for the latest about what's happening here on WehoTV, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Larry Carroll. Thanks for watching.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of we may not reach the ending, but we can start slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we'll start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of when your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start